Hello everyone, I've got another journal share for you today. This one I'm calling Peony. This is cardstock, Stamperia cardstock that I've put over canvas fabric. I've tied it with this really pretty sari silk that I got from Perran yarns. Gorgeous, gorgeous colours. I think they call this dye mix unicorn. It's one of my favourites, but they don't always have it, unfortunately. This one is similar to the ones you've seen before. It's a little bit bigger. It's 8.5, just over 8.5 by just over 4.5, and it's pretty full. Again, they all are at the moment. I can't resist making them chunky. It's got some little bead dangles on the side. And if I take you through it, I just need to check I'm in frame. I think I need my iPad a little bit higher, but anyway, we'll go with it for now. So I've got a pocket on the inside. Then I've got the usual Luna Rosu inspired envelope with some collaging on it. And in the back of that, there's a pocket with this is from Nature's Remedies kit, Tracy and Andrea's Nature's Remedies, and this is a vintage cigarette card album. That's that one. In this pocket I put book page, and the book page is from a 1920s sort of magazine collection. Then this side I've got some fabric over vellum, a little dangle that I've made with a tiny flower fairy, and again this is from Nature's Remedies. And I've used the same sari silk all the way through, but obviously it's different colours because of the way it's been dyed. Lots of collage in this one on the corners of pages. This is masking paper. This is from 1924. This is just some of Tim Holt's collage paper. I love the way this glues to the page. It looks like it's part of the page. It's really quite cool, really, how it works. Little bead dangle on that lace. This page, I've got a nice pocket here, but I didn't want to put anything too tall in it because I liked this picture showing. So we've got a card, a little journal card that's from Nick the Booksmith, and this is just a slightly different style of collaging that I like to do occasionally, and this is from Amity Bloom. The image is from Amity Bloom. Those just sit in there. There's a little bit of a snippet on the corner. In this one I've got a belly band. Again, I've got a book page, but I've folded it smaller so that it doesn't hide all of this picture. So you get the layers, looking at the layers through there. On this one we've got some fussy cutting. I've made a tag out of one of those computer cards, again with a fussy cut, some purple scrapbook paper, and that's the colour. I've just left that. It's quite, it's not the thickest card, but it's quite sturdy and it's such a pretty colour. I'll just leave that for somebody to write on. Some little buttons here. This is printed on vellum, and I've popped a little flower fairy down here. You can see her through the back and you can see the glue. That doesn't worry me, but we'll see. This is a pocket, the tiny little cigarette card, journal card, and a taller slender tag in the pocket there. Just stamp the back of that. And then on this side I've had another go at a window. So that shows an image from the next page. I put a frame around it and some printable French script. So there, and this is that Tim Holtz paper again there. I probably should have thought that through better, because it's probably not the... It would have been nice to have another picture there, but you know, maybe next time I'll think about that. Tag that's attached. This is just a page edge. I've done a little die cut there, and then on the other side I've got a tag made from an offcut from one of those computer cards, and on this one I've put a genuine vintage photograph, and I've put it in I put it so you can take it out. So obviously you could add your own photograph if you wanted to, if it was the same size, but I liked leaving it because on the back it says Aunt Maggie, Uncle Edward and Shirley Ann. This again is from the 1930s. I don't know who these people are, but I really liked the photograph. I liked his hat, and I like Shirley Ann's boots. And I wonder why they're looking to the side. Anyway, I can make up a story about those if that's the sort of thing you like to do. That's what I quite like to do. If I buy a journal with old photographs in, I like to make up stories about the people. This is just a long tag. I have popped a paper clip on it, though it doesn't really need it. This is an image from the old design shop. Most of my journal cards and tags have got some collaging on the back, and this is collaged on there. So just pop that back. And obviously that's a vintage lace belly band with a little dangle. An old letter I've got. This is vintage music from a cover of a music sheet. This says, this was in a book and I liked it, nothing which gives us a happy hour can be insignificant. This definitely gave me more than a happy, gave me happy quite a lot of hours making this. We've got some lace and some tissue paper collage here, and I've decorated a little glassine bag, and then in the glassine bag I've put some images from a school story, an old school story, one of my favourites, called The Fourth and Fenella. You've probably heard me talk about that before. And then on this side, got a tiny bit of collage up here, and a magazine page from the 1920s, Good Housekeeping. Some pretty of that variegated ribbon. I've got a postcard, a vintage postcard. I think it's really hard to work this out, but I think it's probably, well, I thought I'd worked it out, perhaps I haven't, but it must be very early. Oh, maybe it's that, 1904, it's hard to see. But I liked it because, obviously because of the colours, but I also liked, I don't know what this was, but it's from Harley Street, which is the street in London where all the doctors are. Although it's not been filled in, it said Mr. Blank is suffering from nervous breakdown, and I advise him to take a very quiet holiday far from the madding crowd. I imagine it's a sort of joke. I don't know for sure. The other side of that piano roll paper. And again, I've put a belly band similar to the other one, and I've made a journal card. This is from a Stamperia image, and this is a document from 1897, and again, it's something to do with the costs incurred when these solicitors were sorting out an estate. Really nice stamp here. A lot of green in this journal. another belly band with a book page. A bit more of that vintage collar. I've put the little buttons again, and I've stuck a little quote under here. This is a flower fairy pocket, and again from Nature's Remedies. I think there's anything on the inside. Again, you can see I've stuck something here, but I quite liked, because it was purple on the back, you can pick up the purples through that. It's a bit of collage. These bits of tape, I've put that in a few places through this journal. I use, because I don't want it shiny, I use medical tape. Just ink it and tear it. In here we've got another of those images from Nature's Remedies, and in this envelope I've put a vintage birthday card. And again, you can see why I've picked it. You can see the sort of range of purples. This birthday card didn't come in this envelope. Two separate things. The envelope is from 1963. This again is a little secret pocket with a tiny image in there. And that's, I've made sort of a big tab out of a library card. Bit more of a bead dangle. This is probably a little bit random, although we have got a couple of fern journal cards in this book. I fancied having a go at Carol's specimen tags that she's been making. This is ironed. I mean, obviously Carol's not the first person to do these. The first person I saw do them was Jibbid Neary, the wonderful Jibbid, who inspires a lot of us, I'm sure. If you don't know her, I'll try and remember to put her underneath, but if you just type her name in, Jibid, and then Neary, you'll get lots of lovely inspiration from Jibbid. And it sort of suits that page, I think, so that's sort of an extra in that journal, really. This is another pocket, and that's just a really simple, that's off the cover of one of those cigarette card albums. This is a Mackie stamp, and then on the back I've got, similar to the front, I've got the Nick Booksmith journal card, another of those collage cards. And this is a Degas, this is cut from a Degas postcard, and obviously I chose it because the colours match beautifully. A little of my snippets that I've embroidered on the back. So this one is called Peony. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.